Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the greatest Overwatch maps and the worst that have ever been made. And yes, this is another Overwatch tier list video. All right, then let's do this. So there is a tier at the top of this list that is the greatest tier to have ever existed for the greatest map that is... It's King's Row, but you guys can see it's King's Row. That has ever existed. Because I guarantee you... Let me just take a drink. I guarantee you, if you went down to your local town, to your local shopping mall, wherever you went, and you asked some random person in the street, "Well, hello there. Pray tell, what is the greatest Overwatch map to have ever been made?" Good sir. They'd say, well, by Jove, it's King's Row. That's what they say. And I'd be like, yeah, it is King's Row. This map is amazing. I'll tell you something. If Blizzard can actually beat this map with Overwatch 2, they are the greatest game designers in the history of game design, or the Overwatch team, that is. Because it is just the best map. Everyone loves this map. I would gladly play this map until I die. It's the only map. Over and over and over again. I would never get bored of it. Honestly, I'd never get bored of it. All right, then. So that exists on its own tier. Now, the thing with King's Row, it's a very old map. I think King's Row and Temple of Anubis were the sort of original maps that were made for Overwatch, which is just incredible. Absolutely incredible. Just incredible stuff. All right, okay. Legendary maps. Now, because this is a map tier list, we're not just looking at the map from, like, the visual design, the audio design. All of the maps are incredible for that in Overwatch. It's tied to the game mode, right? And how much fun we have playing through the maps. Because if you're like me, yeah, sure, and you play on PC, you probably have dropped your graphics as low as they can go, so you've got massive high frame rates because you think you're actually a pro gamer when actually you're just a boosted YouTuber. But we all do this all the time, and it's like you kind of just forget a little bit about the visuals. But if you do turn the graphics up to maximum, it does look incredible. And of course, you guys on consoles, you just get to see good graphics all the time. So I kind of envy you a little bit. Anyway, and Overwatch is really good, even today. And remember, this is like 4 or 5 years old. It's older than that. It's got to be about, it's about 7 years old, the graphics engine. It might even be older than that. I don't know. Anyway, let's move on. So these are legendary maps. And I think it's going to be control maps that are predominantly here. So I think Lijiang is the best control map. And then I'm going to go for, you know what? I'm going to go for Busan. I think Busan is better than Ilios. But it's really close. I can't actually see Busan. There it is. Go for Busan. Yeah, it seems to be in alphabetical order. Ayataya. Oh God. Black Forest. Blizzard World. Castillo. Chateau Guillard. Hang on, do I know all the names of the map? El Dorado. I was going to say Dorado. Eco Point Antarctica. Eichenwalde. Big shout out to my Germans. Hanamura, you guys can't see this because it's behind me, but that is Hollywood, Ilios, Horizon, Junkertown. It's the Animap. Necropolis, Necropolis, Nepal, Numbani, Oasis, Paris, LOL, Petra, Rialto. I mean, you guys can't see this because I'm behind the camera. Oh, God, there's a spider on the roof. Hopefully it doesn't come down and pay us a visit. Route 66, Anubis, Volskaya, Gibraltar. All right, okay, cool. We got that out of the way. So, yeah, okay. Legendary tier maps has got to be pretty much for control maps, I think, exclusively. I think we go Nepal next. No, we go Ilios. Ilios is, I think, better than Nepal. And then I think the worst one is Oasis. But the thing with these maps is I reckon you can just sort of interchange a lot of them. I mean, I think Ilios is the best, and then these 4 you could kind of swap around, I guess, for personal taste. Now, the reason why is these maps, you load into them, and you're like, you know what? It doesn't matter if my tank doesn't walk through the choke on this map. We're going to be okay, because it is a bit of a brawl. Yeah, it might get one-sided if the enemy team just destroy us, but you're not going to have that frustration you get on Assault, where you're just sitting at a choke, like, come on, tank, come on, tank, please go forward. And the tank don't want to know. And you're like, please, just go forward. Please, if you give me your PayPal, I will send you $20 to press W or forward on your controller and get through the choke. Please. All right. So, yeah, you know what, though? I'm going to put Blizzard World in this category as well. Okay, this is an outlier because this isn't just because... I mean, Blizzard World's a hybrid map, but it's not because of that. And Blizzard World Final Point is annoying as hell to attack. First point is a little bit annoying, but not too bad. The second point, I think, is really good. It's just because this is like Blizzard or the Overwatch team sort of love song to Blizzard as a whole, and all of the stuff it's got in there. Like, I really like the Mike Morhaime Easter egg in the StarCraft section, because that was Mike's favorite game, and he's got all these audio lines where he's telling you about the values of Blizzard at the time. It's really good. It's just awesome. Like, if you're a fan of Blizzard games, you'll just be like, oh my God, that map is incredible. So I think, like, as a map itself, that's great. And probably the only exception to this rule of, like, yeah, if you're not a control map, you can get out of the legendary maps tier. All right, okay. I'm still trying to figure out what to do with these elimination maps, because I don't really play them too much. So they're going to be weird, I think, to... No, you know what I'm going to do, right? I'm going to put Black Forest there. You know why? Because this is very unique to me. And I don't think this is even fair to do this in a tier list video. But it's Black Forest, so I don't think people really care too much. This is the map that I first played with Jeff on. So it's going in Legendary. So there you go. It was back in the Overwatch anniversary event. 2017. It was in Germany as well, that was. And Jeff played with us on that map, Elimination. Cool memory. My throat is destroyed. I don't know why my throat... Maybe it's destroyed because I'm drinking Diet Coke. Anyway, all right, okay. So let's go on to the next tier. These are the maps that when you load into, you're like, you know what? This is pretty good. Yeah, I don't mind this. Let's go. Let's go. You're feeling jazzy. You're feeling like it's going to be a good game. And let's go for it. All right, what am I going to go for here? It's got to be Gibraltar. So Gibraltar, really like that. Dorado as well. Oh, do I go Hollywood here? I might go Hollywood. Yeah, I'm going to go Hollywood, and I'm also going to go for an assault map. And the rest of the assault maps can just go away, as far as I'm concerned. This one is... Oh, I don't know, actually. Hanamura is okay. All right, okay, let me explain what we've got here so far. Gibraltar, I really like, because Gibraltar's got loads of different play styles throughout the map. So you've got obviously the first point, which has got high ground, but then the low ground bridge underneath. And, like, you kind of have to fight for... Get control of the high ground, then... Or maybe you just go straight through that with a pirate ship or something. There's options, like, it's really cool. Then when you get towards capping the point, there's a bit of high ground defender space above that, and you know it can be kind of like a little bit difficult to cap the first point. But then you go into the shuttle bay, and then you've got the shuttle with incredible high ground. There's different ways to access that. There's a lot of stuff going on that map, and you move the payload around again. It's really cool. You can use like this map is generally seen as like a dive map. You'll see Winston played on this a lot. Beaver's pretty good on this map. You'll see heroes that can access the high ground as well. Get used like maybe a Widowmaker for the shuttle, or an Ash, or even a soldier. So because you can use rocket jump to get up there. In fact, I think you can just jump up there anyway, soldier. You might need to rocket jump. I'm not sure, but yeah, I like that map. It's got a lot of variation to it. The final point actually isn't too bad. So one of the reasons why I like the final point on this map, if you compare this to, like, let's say Rialto final point, where it's super difficult to get in there and attack because you've literally got one little short, like, little door to go through, or you could, like, run around the side. But again, you're just going into the same sort of meat grinder. The end of Gibraltar, you've got that high ground bridge that the attackers can stand on. So as you're pushing and getting real close to getting the payload, like to hit the final checkpoint, you can take the high ground and hit the attackers, or the defenders, sorry, as they come out the spawn. And it's the only map you can do that on, and it's really good for that. I guess you can maybe do that on Horizon, but it's not as powerful. I do like Gibraltar. It's a good map. It's also one of those, like, OG maps of Overwatch. And actually, a nice little bit of lore about Gibraltar. Well, it's not really lore. I guess it's like an Easter egg, but it never really went live with the game. Gibraltar used to have a British flag, like the Union flag, the Union Jack, as its flag. Now that's actually kind of bad, right? Because Gibraltar, it might be a British territory, but it's off the... Well, it's actually not off the coast. It's part of, basically, Spain at the entrance to the Mediterranean. If they put a British flag on that, there would have been riots in Spain, right? People in Britain probably wouldn't have even known about it, but in Spain, they would have known about it because there's a lot of history with that. So, yeah, originally it had the British flag, and then they changed it to the Overwatch flag because that was found by one of the Spanish community managers at the time, back when Blizzard had those kind of things, which was an awesome time. Anyway, good stuff. Love it. All right. Dorado. I just like Dorado. That's all I'm going to say about Dorado. I just like the map. I think the first point's a little bit annoying, but and the final point's kind of annoying as well. So I like the maps, but they're annoying, but I don't know. It's a payload map again, isn't it? Like, it's like I like these payload maps. Hollywood. Okay, this is a hybrid map. Cool. So Hollywood, like I like defending on Hollywood more than attacking because I feel when you lose as a defender, you've been outplayed by the enemy. As mad as that sounds, like I don't feel like, oh my god, we've been cheesed or whatever. It's hard to cheese on the attack, especially on the first point on this map. Like, yeah, sure, you could maybe use a sim teleporter or something like that, but I don't know. Like, I feel like there's a lot of the map you can play around and play with to not take damage and get picked off early. I really like the second phase as well. I think with me, when I look at these maps, I really like it when we've got a lot of verticality through a phase, because you can get onto the high ground and it kind of changes the playing field almost, right? We're not just focused on the ground level. There's also the high level. Like maybe there's like a soldier or somebody on the high ground. And this map, of course, was made better by the fixing of the lifts or the elevators recently. So there's no RNG. I really like this map, but again, the final point is not great, and it suffers from that. You're just going into a meat grinder, and you need like that big clutch, like massive ult fiesta to basically win, or like you kill 3 of them before the fight starts or something. It's difficult. Okay, Temple of Anubis. Okay, all right. Another OG map. I'm going to just cough, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize. Don't worry, I've recovered. I did press my mute button, I hope. That's going to sound really bad. I'll just mute it in editing, don't worry. Okay, Anubis. This is an OG map, like King's Row. And I like this map because I feel like you don't... Okay, so the first point... There's 3 ways you can... Well, there's 4 ways you can go on the first point. You can either try and dive them on the high ground, if that's where they're defending from. You can go into the left to try and take the mega pack and go onto the high ground. You can go straight towards the point, or you can go to the right, take the high ground, and go to the point. It's the only control map you can do that on. Look at Hanamura as a comparison. Literally a door you have to walk through, and if you don't, you just die over and over again. It is annoying. Okay, there's a window that maybe a Genji or something can get through, or a Doomfist, but that's it. You can't send your whole team through. You can on Anubis. There's options, right? I feel when I play on Anubis that if we try and go to the left and it doesn't work, we can go, let's just go straight to point, guys. Let's go to the right. It's not just, let's go left with dead. Let's go left with dead. Let's go left with dead. You don't get that, and I like that. I like it from a defender's point of view as well. There's a lot of places you can set up. And the final point as well, the good thing about this is, again, you could go to the right, to the left, or through the middle. There's 3 different attack angles to the point that are not just open to being smashed by the enemy. So if you run down the middle, yeah, obviously they're just going to hit you from, like, because they're just going to be standing on the point. Or you go to the left, you can actually, like, get into a good position. They'll know you're going there, but they're going to have to alter their play to deal with you, right? Same for the right, although you're a bit more exposed going to the right. I just like Temple of Anubis, and it's also not massive. That's another thing that I like with Temple of Anubis, which if you compare to Paris and Horizon, maybe not Horizon, maybe not fair, but Paris is so far away from, like, the second spot. It's just crazy. It's like, maybe it's actually not, though, when you think about the distances, but it just feels like it is in my mind. I don't know. I feel like it kind of is, though. What do you guys think? I don't know. I like Temple of Anubis. It's the best assault map by far. Okay. What else do I go for here? Because I can't really say rather not to some of these maps. Like, because I don't... Eichenwald. Oh, God, yeah. Numbani. I don't mind Numbani at all. I like that. Eichenwald or Eichenwalde. I'm going to put that there as well. I don't mind that. Route 66 and Rialto, these are difficult ones because, like, I think I'd rather not play on those, but, like, there are little bits of those maps that I do kind of like. All right, I'm feeling like I'm just going to slam a bunch of maps down now and just see what happens, because I'm feeling like... No. Yeah, Paris and Horizon are definitely in the no tier. I mean, they are literally not even in the game at the moment. They're so bad, Blizzard just removed them from the game. I mean, the art design, it's kind of really sad when you go back and you watch the video for Paris. Like, they did this whole beautiful video of, like, all the sounds that they captured back in Paris. and it's really cool. And the design, the graphics design, the art design, all of that, environmental design, it's beautiful. The map's just so bad to play. And then like Horizon is sort of the same, right? Although it didn't obviously go to the moon to record sound. But oh no, it's just sad. All right, okay. So we've got rather not map. Okay, let me explain these two we've got here. So Numbani, I do like Numbani. I like Numbani first point to defend on because I like playing Winston, Anna, Batiste, and Soldier. So all of those work really well because you can play on the high ground. If I was like trying to one-trick Reinhardt on that map, or I was maybe a Moira support or something, it'd be difficult because you kind of need to be able to access like the high ground and the low ground at the same time. It'd be super difficult. I like that map. The issue this map has though is, and actually I don't think this is okay, people do say this is an issue for Numbani, but I don't think it is. So this is the idea of Streets phase being free. King's Row has got this as well. You cap the first point, you basically will cap the second point. You'll go through Streets. They probably won't stop you. It's very rare if they do. On Numbani, though, it's much harder to capture the first point, right? There's a long distance from the spawn to the first point for the attackers. When they get there, they need to either execute a perfect dive or like get a few quick picks or do some sort of crazy play so they earn the point. And if they take it, it's almost like the game says, you know what, guys? You can have a free second point. Because Streets phase on Numbani is very difficult to stop the payload. You can only generally stop it like right at the first bend, as it, you know, like where the spawn doors are for the attackers. Just that first bend there by the statue. That's the only place you can generally stop it. If you don't stop it there, it's going to get pushed all the way in. And the final point on this map's terrible from an attacker's perspective. Yeah, which is super frustrating. Again, it kind of suffers like from the Gibraltar thing. Like Gibraltar's got really nice high ground you can take as an attacker. There's actually two sets of it, whereas like Numbani has none. It's like, well, no, Numbani's got that little ledge, hasn't it? But that's not really too good. And you generally still are having to run into the enemy defensive position. All right, I think, yeah, let's talk Eichenwald. So, Eichenwalde. Das ist ein Eichenwalde, ja. That is one Eichenwald. I believe that's what I said. All right, okay. This map's had a troubled history. So, again, this is kind of like a personal thing. In 2017, no, was this 2016? You know what? Let me Google this. This might have been 2016. Eichenwald. When did it launch? This is going to bring up one of my videos, isn't it? Yeah, no, 2016. Okay. 2016. This has got a special place in my heart because it was the first time Blizzard had asked me to go to any kind of event. I got an email. It was like, hey, would you like to come to Gamescom in Germany? We want you to show off the new map, like streaming it. And I was like, yeah, cool. What I didn't realize, ladies and gentlemen, is they wanted me to stream the map for 5 days solid for like 7 hours a day. I didn't realize that. So I just was like, yeah, man. And I remember after the first like 3 hours, I was like, oh my God, we got to do this again. But I did get a chance to talk to some of the devs there as well, which was super cool. We did some interviews and stuff. But yeah, this map originally was pretty bad because there was only the one entrance to the first point from the attacker's perspective. You could just literally go under the bridge. Like you had this and you just got smashed as you tried to get through. But then they did edit this map and give you the other door to the right. So there was kind of 2 ways to get through the choke, which again is why it's super baffling that Paris just didn't even have this to begin with. And it was a much more modern map. Yeah, like I like the castle phase, I guess the outdoor castle phase, the drawbridge phase. What would you even call this? I don't know. The second point, I like that. Again, it's got verticality, it's got low ground, it's got the underpass stuff, it's got environmental kill potential, and it's really good actually. It's probably one of the better parts of any map, really. But then this suffers from the age-old problem Blizzard seem to have of it is incredibly difficult to finish this map. Defenders have got a huge advantage compared to attackers on this map. And it is very difficult. You've basically won this map if you can capture the second point, because it's very hard to take the first point. Second point is going to be a brawl. I don't want to say it's like 50-50, but it's very equal for defenders and attackers. And then the last point is just like, if you can cap that, you've absolutely won. Like, I mean, that's just going to take an inhuman effort. So yeah, I don't mind those maps though. I think they're fine. All right, let's talk about maps that I'd rather not play on. All right, Junkertown. This is another map I was playing at Gamescom. So fast forward a year, I think, 2017. Or was it 2018, Junkertown? No, I think it was 2017 because Junkertown, the plan came out as well. I remember that awesome in-game like cinematic they made. All right, so The reason I don't like this is Widowmaker dominates the first point. It's just not even fun. It's just like, what the hell? There's so much open space. The good news is it's the only map in Overwatch with that much open space. Like, there is no other map like that, really. So that's good. Second point, it's just kind of not very interesting. Like, it's a bit bland, I think, the second point. Third point, it's interesting what they try to do with the moving platform. I guess actually, this is probably the only map where I think the third point is better than the second point. But I'd rather play the other maps than play this when it loads in. And I think Route 66 is the same for me as well with this. I don't like the final phase of Route 66. It's just a bit of a mess, that is. Second phase is probably the best phase of this map. The first point, I don't know. Like, I just would rather not play that map. I don't know what it is, really. I can't really explain it in too much detail there. I just don't really gel with that map. Like, there's just other better maps that I prefer to play, especially for payload. Like, I mean, there's no way I would ever put Route 66 over Dorado or Gibraltar. There's just no way. There's no way. Okay, all right. Let's see. So we've only really got one map left here, and well, I say one map left. We've got these maps, but we'll give these a special place in a second. Volskaya. Oh, Volskaya. Like, I don't mind defending on Volskaya on both points, but I hate attacking. The first point ain't too bad because you've got the vehicle, haven't you, in the choke where you can go to the left or the right round. It's not too bad, but like, it's just frustrating as hell to attack the second point. It's just you can sort of get around the sides maybe on the platforms. You can I don't know. I just don't like Volskaya, and it's also it's probably my least favorite aesthetically pleasing map in the game. Like, it feels bland. I know what they're trying to do. It's this like industrial future Russia, Moscow, or St. Petersburg, whatever they've gone for as their inspiration. And I don't know. I just, it's also assault, and assault maps. Okay. Let me. Okay, these are the maps. I think I'm just going to rate these on. Well, no, I think we can just use, like, I don't mind playing them. So, Petra, as a deathmatch map, I'd rather not, because I'd rather go on Chateau Guillard, because I think that's just better as a deathmatch map. Ayutthaya is Capture the Flag. It's the only Capture the Flag specific map. So, I mean, I kind of don't mind playing on Ayutthaya. Can't say I play too much on it, though. Like, so it's just like, yeah, I don't mind. I don't really have any other choice. I prefer to play that than play on, like, Lijiang, which has been edited for Capture the Flag. Castillo, an elimination map. I don't know. Like, again, like, I don't know. I'd rather not, I suppose. I don't really play elimination, so I'd rather not. Necropolis. I'll put Necropolis in good don't mind, just because it's got some nice lore implications for Soldier 76, because I'm a little bit, I like Soldier. And Anna as well, and I also heavily like Anna. There's some nice lore on that map for those guys, so... And then Eco Point Antarctica. Yeah, I kind of don't mind that, I guess. Okay, do you guys agree with this? Because this is... let me just go for this, because I might make some changes. So, King's Row, yeah, that's the best map. Literally nobody can ever... You might even be able to put Lijiang in that tier as well. But we're going to leave that just for King's Row. Lijiang, yes. Busan, yes. Ilios, yes. Nepal, yes. You can tell Stai's favourite game mode. Oasis, yes. Blizzard World, yes. And this, because it's a special map of Stai playing with Jeff. This map is beautiful. Gibraltar. Dorado, yes. Hollywood, yes. I don't think I can't have Assault that high. Like, these have got to replace Assault. Everything's got to replace. Right, just come here. Okay, it's the worst of the don't mind maps. Rather not play on these maps. Like, you know what? Right, Hanamura. I really like defending on the second point on Hanamura. I think it's really good to defend on, but I just hate everything else about them. Also, I like smashing up the spawn room on attack because it's fun. because he wouldn't like smashing up a load of destructible objects. But it's just like bits of the map like are okay, and other bits are just like, please no. Like if you came up to me and said, Sty, you've got to pick 5 maps that you're going to play on forever in Overwatch, it would literally be King's Row, Ilios, Busan, Lijiang, Busan, Ilios, and Nepal. It would be these maps. You could maybe throw in like a Gibraltar, but you know, or one of these 4 below. Actually, this is much harder than I thought it would have been to do a map tier list. I was going to do a skins tier list, but I realized there's literally so many skins. It would take about 3 hours to make that video. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, let me know what other tier lists you'd like to see for Overwatch, because it is a cool time for Overwatch. Hopefully, we're coming to the end of the lifespan of Overwatch 1, and Overwatch 2 should be coming out at some point. And so it's really cool to look back and sort of rate everything that's gone into the game so far. Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you for watching the video. Let me know what you wanted me to do, actually, in the next tier list. And tell me what your best favorite map ever in the world ever is in the comments below. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Oh, remember, if you do enjoy this, do like, do comment, and do subscribe to the channel and click the bell, because you'll get alerted to when all the videos go live. All right, guys. Catch you on the next one. Toodaloo.